We're on the road to Memphis, Tennessee, Graceland, and all things Elvis. We had no idea that Graceland was hosting the Miss USA, Miss Teen USA pageant. It just so happened that Miss Idaho USA, Katarina Schweitzer, check out her Facebook page, just happened to see us getting ready to take a selfie or two in front of ticket sales and offered her assistance. Jumping at the chance to have two beauties in the frame, I switched back to video and hastily got a shot of her and Shelley. Thank you, Katarina, for your timely assistance and taking a few moments out of your busy day to help two journeyers. It was quite a treat for us to meet you.
Promise I'm not sick. Oh no, you're fine.
Okay, and it's video, so let me turn you guys around. Today we begin with another 4-hour drive to the Graceland RV Park and Campground. It is a little pricey, not terrible, but is right next door to and across the street from Graceland, as well as a short Uber to Beale Street in downtown Memphis. Today's also a time for a quick lesson on RVing. When driving fire apparatus, we knew we had to get the big arse vehicles into some iffy places, like low clearances, I guess I'm still learning that one, extreme width and length of the rig in relation to tight maneuvering spaces, and another that really relates well to RVs, that being the angles of approach, and one not often thought of, that of departure. The angle of approach is the angle formed when the driving surface is the base and the first point of contact of the front tires is the vertex, and from said point to the lowest part of, say, the vehicle's front bumper completes the angle of approach. Just flip that angle and adjust to get the angle of departure. Now, most folks while driving are more or less aware of how tall of an obstacle, or should I say steep of an incline, they can approach without dragging the front bumper or the angle of approach. But not many of us are really aware of how much of a dip they can drag their RV through. Note, the further away from the rear bumper, tow hitch, stinky slinky storage tubes, spare tire, your rear axle and wheels are, the greater the chance of getting hung up or damage done to the RV. If you have a powerful engine, just remember, if that angle of departure is too great, you may get stuck with your rear axles off the ground and your back end becomes a road grader. There's a whole lot of science to it that we won't get into now. Just suffice it to say, here's what can happen if you misjudge it just a little bit. Thank goodness the tow hitch was there, or I could have done some serious damage to our RV. Honest, I am learning. We just hope that you're learning what not to do from us. I should say, from my mistakes. The Graceland tour is a short walk across the RV park through a small gate, and you're in the parking lot. Donning our masks, Shelley had already purchased our tickets, so we were able to pick them up at will call. To begin the tour, you watch a short movie about Elvis, then exit the small theater to a waiting short bus that takes you across the street to the Graceland grounds. Through the music note-adorned wrought iron gates to the Pressley home and grounds. There is so much to see, and I was a little flabbergasted when all of the signs said no video, but pictures were okay. I guess that I accidentally switched the DSLR's feature from still to video rather than vice versa. Hope you can bear with me and our moving pictures. The only area not open was the upstairs, but we saw the ground level and basement, the office out back, the racquetball court inside, and his trophy room and the Pressley graves right there on the property. 1935 to 1977. I didn't realize that he had two large aircraft, the smaller Lockheed Jetstar 1329 and the Lisa Marie, a Convair 880, originally owned and flown by Delta, retired in the 1970s and in 1975 bought by the King for $250,000. Back to the park to rest again and download and reset the cameras. The next day, we Ubered to Beale Street. We were somewhat disappointed. So much potential, but definitely not like downtown Nashville. As soon as we got out of our ride, we were approached by 3 different homeless demanding handouts and not satisfied with what they got. There was no police presence, and the homeless harangued quite a few tourists. The street was not large and quite a bit of blight. Some buildings had burned out and they were propped up with large steel supports. Many of the shops were closed. The few that were open didn't inspire patronage. After enough time to walk the length and back, we called the Uber back and headed back to get ready for the next leg of our journey. I can honestly say that we've never stayed at a park quite like our next. See if you can figure out where it is. Hope you picked up a few tips and are better prepared to make your travels spectacular. Let us know what you think. For now, please travel safe. We'll see you again next week as the adventure continues.